One of the reasons that I've been heralding the Golden State Warriors as the best team in the NBA and the best run organization right now in the NBA is because they're doing something a little bit different than all the other teams are doing. Not only do they have the greatest shooter ever seen in the history of basketball, paired with the second greatest shooter ever seen in the history of basketball, creating the best backcourt shooters in the history of basketball, alongside one of the best head coaches, at least right now in today's NBA. I don't know if he's an all-time great coach. It's tough to say when you have a roster so talented, because they have the best run organization in the NBA, at least comparable to a team like the Miami Heat, to a team like the San Antonio Spurs of yore. The Golden State Warriors are undoubtedly dominant monsters, great run team top to bottom. And what they've done, and only a few of you are going to understand this, they've got a farm system going out there, kind of like they do in the Major League Baseball, where they have a whole bunch of young players that are really capable of coming up and being something themselves. They have a Jordan Poole, 23 years old, just signed a super max extension after getting popped in the face. Jonathan Kuminga, former number 7 overall pick, I want to say. Dude is just a freak athlete. They have James Wiseman, former number 2 overall pick, finally healthy, looks to be a very good player. Moses Moody as well. I just think that the Golden State Warriors young players might have the potential to be just as good as the current players are. Probably not going to be comparable to Steph Curry, if we're being completely honest, but Jordan Poole, you know, his game at times approximates Steph Curry. I think Jonathan Kuminga is going to be great, and I think James Wiseman was worthy of a number 2 overall pick when he was drafted. He's a very good player in his own right. So the question is, how good can the baby Warriors get, all things being equal? And that is what we're actually going to be doing today. We're going to run a team of just the Golden State baby Warriors. Jordan Poole is going to be playing the point guard position. I've got Dante DiVincenzo just because they picked him up, whatever. But Moses Moody running the small forward position, 20 years old, 74 overall out of Arkansas, right? Yep, Arkansas. Jonathan Kuminga, again, former G League Ignite player. He was the number 1 high school player in the class. Fell a little bit because of his lack of actual ball skills, but Jonathan Kuminga is a beast in his own right. And of course, James Wiseman, the beast out of Memphis, played like 3 games in 4 years, and he's just a really raw, really talented player. I also threw in Patrick Baldwin there, 30th? I want to say 28th pick in this last year's draft. He played out of Wisconsin, Milwaukee for his father out there in college basketball. He was underwhelming, but the talent is certainly there. He's comparable to a Keegan Murray. If you're in the know, if you watch Sacramento Kings basketball, I don't know why you would, but we're going to be seeing how good are the Golden State baby Warriors. So I did pick up some backups to kind of mentor these guys. I have Kemba Walker mentoring Jordan Poole. Just looking at the badges, he's got a lot of playmaking, shot creation that I think is going to benefit Jordan Poole greatly. I brought in Buddy Hield to mentor Moses Moody. I didn't want to bring in anybody too overpowered, but at the same time, I want this team to be good. Buddy Hield is somewhere in that. He's okay. Is he going to break your team? Is he going to make your team? Not really, but he's good enough to at least teach Moses Moody how to shoot the ball and be an offensive stud. I brought in Thomas Bryant to mentor James Wiseman. Not that their skill sets are exactly similar, but I think the shooting, James Wiseman can learn from a little bit. Defense, a little bit. Athleticism, I don't know. I feel like Thomas Bryant would be a good enough mentor for the young James Wiseman. And I brought in one more player. Who did I forget? And the last guy we brought in was Carmelo Anthony, just to boost some of Jonathan Kuminga's shooting. I think Kuminga is going to be a great player athletically, defensively, but his offense definitely needs work. And who better than Carmelo Anthony, the future Hall of Famer, to give him that work. And just to help the rookies come along for the way, we have Mike Stauhofer, the best head coach in the game, for the starting lineup. This is going to be the minutes rotation. Jordan Poole at the 1, Dante DiVincenzo at the 2, Moses Moody at the 3, Jonathan Kuminga at the 4, and James Wiseman at the 5. Coming out the bench, like we saw, Buddy Hield, Thomas Bryant, Yuta Watanabe, no. Buddy Hield, Patrick Baldwin Jr., excuse me, Thomas Bryant, and Kemba Walker. Carmelo Anthony going to sit down here, and he's going to stew. He's going to say, man, I wish I could get on the court. Man, they just brought me in here to be an assistant coach. Yeah, Melo, we did. Deal with it. As for the preseason power rankings, the baby Warriors are we last? We are last for Ticket Sports, last for Eric Boner as well. Let's go and prove them wrong, young fellas. Luka Doncic wins MVP, no surprise, 35, 12, 12, triple-double, greatest free throw shooter, greatest three-point shooter, greatest basketball player ever in the history of life. Paulo Banchero does win Rookie of the Year. Let's see if anybody else got positions. Nope, no guards here. Why would you want to have that? Andre Drummond, 6th man of the year, double-double off the bench. Giannis, defense player of the year. Jordan Poole wins most improved for the baby Thunder. You'll love to see that. Coach of the year is Billy Donovan, and I don't know who this guy is. We had a very bad season. We're not going to have all NBA teams at all. We might have the rookie first team, maybe the second team with Patrick Baldwin Jr. There he is. Yeah, okay. Did we even make the playoffs? I don't think we did. We had a very rough first season, and that's okay. That's what it's all about. This is 3, 4, 5 years down the road. The baby Warriors are going to be legit. We finished 21st in the power rankings, 16 games under 500, 33 and 49. Not a great season from us. Golden State Warriors still holding strong there. 4th, we finished 12th outside of the play-in tournament. Player stats. Who led us in scoring? Had to be Jordan Poole, of course, but a really balanced effort. Buddy Hield may have taken too many shots, so I'll be looking to trade him probably in this offseason just because I don't want him with this high of usage. Then again, he is one of our better players. James Wiseman gave us 15 and basically 10. I like that. I want more assists from Jordan Poole. I know he's not a natural point guard, but it is what it is. Jonathan Kuminga was really good. 17 points, 6.9 rebounds. Nice. Dante DiVincenzo, Moses Moody wasn't great. Patrick Baldwin, actually pretty good for a 72 overall, giving us 9 points and 3 rebounds. I will take that. Our bench was respectable. As for the team stats, we were probably pretty bad. Pretty bad. Offensively, we were 23rd. Defensively, we were actually top, 6, giving us a negative 1.6 point differential. We are not that far off if you think about it. We are middle of the pack, 18th. Field goal percentages, we are bottom of the bottom, 23rd. 3-point percentages, we are a little higher up, 12th. And free throw percentages, we are absolutely brutal, 27th. That's going to do it to you. League leaders, scoring champion went to Luka. I mean, whatever. Rebounds, Joel Embiid. Assists, Luka Doncic. Steals, Ben Simmons. Blocks, Miles Turner. Field goal percentages, Mitchell Robinson. 3-point champion, Cat. Free throw champion, Kevin Love. No need to even look at these playoffs. We're just going to simulate right on to the next season. Who wins the NBA Finals? Is it Luka Doncic or is it Luka Doncic? Wow, it's the Bulls. Okay, injuries are turned off, I guess. Player retirements. LeBron doesn't know what's going on. Dwight Howard says F this and F that. Staff retirements. Greg Popovich. 2 GOATs of their own tiers are getting retired. Dwight going to the Hall of Fame, getting his jersey retired as well. Blake Griffin going to get his jersey retired. Are any of these rules even worthwhile? Do we just skip right on past? Okay. I believe we're going to have a top 5 pick. Baby Warriors end up at 9th. A little lower than I expected. And we're not going to be changing any of the staff unless... Yeah, no point whatsoever. Let's just go on to the draft. For the combine, using an auto-created class, the fastest man of the class is Harris Kalmushi and Clyde Gibbs. Most agile is Wes Ball, Clyde Gibbs, Harris Kalmushi, Julian Lewis. Highest vertical is Chuck Fuller, Gerard Moncrief. I hate people who spell Gerard this way. I don't know. It bugs me. Anderson Lewis, also known as Lewis Anderson. Noel Barry Carroll. Highest bench press is Tim Blair and Cecil Miller. Best shot three-pointer, Clayton Ward and Murray Ball. I haven't looked too much at this draft class. It looks to be, honestly, atrociously bad. Looking at the prospect scouting, the highest rated player is a 79 overall, 22-year-old, and he's leaps and bounds 3 overalls better than the rest. Just horrible. He's only 6 feet tall as well. I mean, what is special about this guy? He's got Tony Parker ceiling. Thank God. I got 3 players on my draft board. Vin Wilcox, apparently, just look at him, is LeBron James. I don't see it. Do you see it? But apparently he's a very good player. 75 overall, 19 years old. And potential is an A. So he's certainly a really good player. And then as far as backup centers are concerned, Ian Weber looks to be okay. And Tim Blair. So what I'm going to do is take the lesser 2. Whenever one gets drafted, we'll take the other one. So we'll see if Vin Wilcox falls to number 2 overall. And we'll trade up for him. Otherwise, if he goes number 1, then there's nothing I can do. And the Spurs take Javon Fleming, which means we are making a trade with the Utah Jazz. What does it take to move up to number 2? We're going to give up 2 firsts, Carmelo Anthony, and the number 8 overall pick to move up to number 2. And we are taking the Hall of Famer, the second coming of LeBron James, apparently. That is Vin Wilcox. Just want to get the name right. I don't know, but I'm pretty bad at this. Vin Wilcox, number 2 overall, is going to the baby Warriors. He's going to fill in effectively what Dante DiVincenzo is. The rest of the roster is going to remain the same. And then who was the center that we wanted to take? Looking at the draft board, Ian Weber or Tim Blair. So if either of them go, then we'll trade up yet again. Thunder at 3, take Matt Whitney. Next goes Irving Battle, and number 5 overall, getting traded away for Jalen Brunson and Mitchell Robinson. The New York Knicks at number 5 are going to take Wes Paul. Ian Weber here goes at 7. So does that mean I have to trade up to 8? Really? I'm going to trade to like 12. Lewis, Brett Montgomery, and we'll make a trade here with the Suns. Send it away, Kemba Walker. We'll be picking up the only other guy who's on our list. What was it, Tim Blair? I think that's right. Yeah, it's probably right. So we walk away with the number 2 pick and the number 12 pick. Hopefully he's going to turn into LeBron James and put this team over the top. But here we have Vin Wilcox, Tim Blair, 2 starters for the team, or 1 starter, 1 backup. Maurice Martin, I don't even know who you are, but apparently you are on the Baby Thunder. None of the young players need to be re-signed. Let's just go ahead and look at what we have right now. So we do need a backup point guard. Maybe we'll try to figure out a Kemba Walker replacement for Jordan Poole. Buddy Hield will definitely flip. Actually, you know what we need to do is drop Moses Moody to the 2 guard. And for whatever reason, he loses a couple overalls down to a 73. I don't like to see that, but we have Jordan Poole, Moses Moody, gonna get coached up, I guess, by Dante DiVincenzo. Vin Wilcox, LeBron James Jr., aka. We'll figure out a backup for him. Jonathan Kuminga, Patrick Baldwin Jr., James Wiseman, and Tim Blair is going to be the team. Hey, how does the team look now? So we have Jordan Poole, Reggie Jackson, Moses Moody, and Dante DiVincenzo, I guess. Drop him back down to the 2 guard. Something like that. Yeah, yes sir, yes sir. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. The second coming of LeBron James is just going to get all starter minutes here. Kevin Love, Jonathan Kuminga, Patrick Baldwin, Al Horford, James Wiseman, Tony Blair. You know what? I'm happy with this team. Free agency, not a big deal. Kyrie Irving going to the Mavericks. Ow. Oh, because Christian Wood is gone. That's a weird signing. On to player progression. Jordan Poole up to an 87. Jonathan Kuminga up to an 82. Kevin Love is on the team. So is Al Horford. I know. James Wiseman up to a 77. Moses Moody up to a 75. And LeBron James Jr. is here. I don't know, for moral support. Patrick Baldwin up to a 72. We'll see if he's going to be able to progress into anything. But this is really all about the Baby Thunder. And hey, why not go out and draft the second coming of LeBron James just because? We're going to be rocking a 10-man rotation. Jordan Poole at the 1, Moses Moody at the 2, LeBron James Jr. at the 3, Jonathan Kuminga at the 4, and James Wiseman at the 5. Coming off the bench is Patrick Baldwin Jr., Dante DiVincenzo, and then we have, I don't know, Reggie Jackson, Kevin Love, Al Horford. They're mostly here, or if I can show you in this training squad, player mentorship that we'll be configuring. Like James Wiseman is going to learn from Al Horford, for example. So maybe we can get him some good silver badges, brick wall, I don't know, post playmaker, vice grip. That works for me. Preseason power rankings. How are the Baby Warriors looking? Are they in the top 10? Are they in the top 15? Are they in the top 30? The Baby Warriors are predicted to be 27th in the NBA for 2K Sports. Eric Boner has his 27th as well. That's a little bit disrespectful, disingenuous, my friends. And Luka Doncic wins another MVP. Vin Wilcox is Rookie of the Year. If you look at his stat line, it's just like LeBron James's rookie season. Bones Highland is 6th Man of the Year. Mitchell Robinson, Defensive Player of the Year. LaMelo Ball, Most Improved. Wow. Chris Finch is Coach of the Year. And Brandon Harrison, whoever you are. All NBA first teams. I'm not going to see anybody, but I believe we shall make the all-rookie first team for LeBron James Jr. Nice to see that. We finished over 543 and 39. Where does that place us in the Western Conference? Really good second season from our boys. We are 5th, ironically, ahead of the Golden State Warriors, probably because we stole all of their youth from them. No, 2K just hates them in simulation. That's a really good team still. Yeah, I don't know, and I don't care. I can see your underwear. League leader in scoring was Luka Doncic. Our rebounds is Joel Embiid, and assists is Tyrese Halliburton. Steals is Ben Simmons. Blocks Mitchell Robinson. Flicker percentages is Zion Williamson. 3-point champion Darius Garland. Free throw champion Kyrie Irving for the Mavericks. How did we do though? So Jordan Poole once again leading us in scoring up to 6 assists. I like that, but 21 points. He is our undisputed alpha. Jonathan Kuminga, a good second season, 17 points and 6 rebounds. LeBron James Jr., 15, 6, and 5. James Wiseman, 14 and 8. His rebounds are down. I can only assume because we brought in LeBron James. But yeah, you look at his stat line. Yeah, rebounds went down 1.2 this season. 3-point shooting is up though. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Patrick Baldwin was okay for us as well. Again, only a 74 overall, but 11 points off the bench, exactly what you want. Moses Moody, I think, is the biggest disappointment so far. What is his 3-point shooting? 39%. I like that. He's just he's the odd man out here. Patrick Baldwin off the bench is scoring more than he is. The rest of the team, I mean, the bench, we hired them to be mentors. That's about it. 3-point shooting, how we looking? 7.5 a game, 43% for Jordan Poole. He's turning into an all NBA player. LeBron James Jr. is here. Jonathan Kuminga, 37%. Not bad. 39% for Moses Moody. Patrick Baldwin, 34%. James Wiseman, 35%. And Reggie Jackson, no. Dante DiVincenzo, no. Kevin Love, no. And Al Horford, no. Who is the other guy that I wanted to look at? Tim Selden, no. Am I crazy? Nah, these are all the players. Whatever, doesn't matter. Team stats, how did the baby Warriors fare? Offensively, we were not great, 18th. Defensively, we were pretty good. Pretty good, about what, 7th, giving us a 0.8 point differential. That ties us at 13th in the NBA. Field goal percentages, the baby Warriors are 24th. Really bad shooting, but we're good defensively and we're good at taking the three. 15th in 3-point percentage, and free throw percentage is 15th as well. But you know what? We made the playoffs after being a sub 500 team, getting a top 10 pick. I'm pretty content with where this team is right now. Of course, led the way by Jordan Poole. Hopefully, Jonathan Kuminga can come along. James Wiseman, I need to see improvement from you, young fella. Moses Moody, Patrick Baldwin, we'll see. I don't expect too much from them. The benches, whatever. Taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder, they are probably going to dominate us. If I had to guess, they would win in 1, in 2, in 3, and in 4. But we are actually up 2-1 on them. Up 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, and it ain't 2K if it ain't Game 7. Do we hop in? I think it's too early. I'll let this game go. And we do win. Now to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. They have D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Karl Towns, Rudy Gobert, John Wall, Kyle Anderson. They got a good team. No, we'll just simulate. Actually, nah. We'll simulate game by game. Down 2-1, down 3-1, and that is all she wrote. 4-2, losing in 6, and wow. Luka Doncic does make the finals, and the Celtics go on to win the championship. So I think maybe season 3, season 4 is when this team's really going to take the next step. Carmelo Anthony does retire. Thank you for everything you offered to the team. Kyle Lowry, a little bit early if you ask me. Al Horford for the baby Warriors does retire. Oh no, we need another center to mentor our boys. Doug Christie retiring. Hall of Fame inductees, is Carmelo Anthony going to get his jersey retired as well? So is Kyle Lowry, Mr. Toronto. Any of these fun? No, 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 and no. Onto the draft lottery. We probably don't have anything. We have the number 13th via Los Angeles. And we have the number 14 pick. Staff signing. Again, not going to make any changes for now. We still have Mike Stowe for the best player, the best head coach in the game. Fastest man of the class is Hassan Ozat and Michael Page. Most agile is Michael Page and Hassan Ozat. Highest vertical is Radu Busca, Bradley Reese, Tyron Murphy, Christian Berry, Scott Toscano, Demario Schroeder. You have way too many letters in your name. Highest bench press is Lawrence Wagner and Stefan Little. And best shot three-pointer is Scott Toscano and Gus Haywood. Why does Scott only spell his name with one T? It bugs me, okay? Looking at this draft class, it was okay. The number 1 prospect, 19 years old, 79 overall. He's okay. It's not great. Scott Toscano, we saw a lot in, but I don't see a lot of top-end talent here. Not very impressive yet. Again, 2 years in a row of disappointing draft classes is what it is. Yeah, I don't see a single player that I want from this draft class. So what we're going to do is be forwarding this number 14 overall pick to somebody who wants the number 15 overall pick. For Zion Williamson. No, you don't want to do that? Bulls, give me your first in 2027. Fine, there you go, have it. Number 1 in the class, the New Orleans Pelicans, of course, are trading for Steph Curry. What? For the Warriors, number 1 overall are trading away their centerpiece for Darius Roberts out of Houston. Okay, number 2 goes Irving Whitney, also known as Whitney Irving. Number 3 goes Scott Toscano with only 1 T. And the Jazz are taking Alexander Strickland out of Loyola Marymount. Number 5 overall to the New York Knickerbockers goes Hassan Ozat. I can't believe the Warriors traded Steph Curry. They never do that. And then in the baby Warriors rebuild, they do. Kind of weird. We have a lot of contracts up. This is where the majority of... Actually, is it just James Wiseman? Yeah, we have a lot of team player options. James Wiseman is coming up. We had, Jonathan Kuminga and somebody else is in the same draft class. We'll bring back Dante. He's been good for us. I'll give you a 3-year deal. That's total. And James Wiseman, we're going to have to re-sign at the end of the free agency moratorium. Not expecting a lot of money, which worries me about his overall potential. Is he even going to break 80 overall in 2K? That's a little rough. He used to get into the 85s, and they've just been continuing to nerf him, and I understand it. Yeah, like Tim Blair has higher potential than he did. A little bit sad. Jonathan Kuminga up to an 83 overall at this point. How is the rest of the team looking? Again, we need a backup point guard. It is what it is. But Jordan Poole playing really great. Moses Moody, LeBron James Jr. is here. Kevin Love. I think we can just bump Kevin Love to be a backup center. He's only 6'8". I don't know. So same thing as last year. Can we get a backup point guard and a backup center? A lot of badges like John Wall. I will take. 2 years, $14 million. How about 1 year, $10 million? No trade clause, John. You want to come join our team instead? Think about it. Ooh, he just might join the Baby Warriors. As for centers, again, it's all about the badges. And Thompson, I guess, is going to be our guy. So if we go ahead and skip through one day, do we get John Wall? We get both of them. All right, how's the team looking? Jordan Poole, John Wall, Dante DiVincenzo, Moses Moody, LeBron James, Kevin Love, and Jonathan Kuminga, and Patrick Baldwin, James Wiseman, Tony Blair, and Tristan Thompson. I'm good with this team. Free agency, Kawhi Leonard back to the Clippers. Not a whole lot that I'm seeing here that was all that interesting. Moment of truth, player progression. How good are these Baby Warriors? They're starting to hit their stride, starting to hit their peak. Jordan Poole is going to hold steady at an 87. Jonathan Kuminga up to an 85, up 3 overalls. Kevin Love is here. LeBron James Jr. up to a 79 overall. James Wiseman up to a 79. Moses Moody up to a 78. Patrick Baldwin up to a 74. Not great, but again, this isn't how good could we rebuild the Baby Warriors. This is how good could the Baby Warriors get if they just had their own team completely. So I think what I'm going to do, and I know it's a little bit cheesy, but I know James Wiseman got nerfed a little bit. So let's bump him up to like an 84 potential. Moses Moody, I'm good with an 82. Ben Wilcox is 90 potential. What a beast. Jonathan Kuminga, Jordan Poole. Yeah, well, I'm not going to touch anything else in the potentials department. I just want to see if James Wiseman, with a little bit of help, kind of restoring him back to what he used to be when he's taken number 2 overall in the draft, could potentially be. Let's fix these rotations. One more year of the Baby Warriors. Jordan Poole, Moses Moody, LeBron James Jr., Jonathan Kuminga, and James Wiseman coming out the bench. Patrick Baldwin Jr., and then Dante DiVincenzo, Tim Blair, the drafty, John Wall, Kevin Love. Give Kevin Love 1 minute. I kind of feel bad. He's just sitting there not playing at all. You know, he came to join our team. Let me fix up these player mentorships, preseason power rankings. We are the Baby Warriors. Where do we fall? Where do we place? We are, wow, 23rd for 2K Sports and Eric Boner. I don't know about that. Darius Garland wins MVP, puts up 35 and 13. Are you serious? What is your overall, sir? 95. Darius Roberts is Rookie of the Year for the Warriors, not us, but the other Warriors. 80 overall, he's okay. Cole Anthony, 6th Man of the Year. Anthony Davis, Defensive Player of the Year. Shaden Sharp, Most Improved, up to an 80 overall. Kind of disappointing. Hopefully it gets better than this in Portland franchise. Go watch that if you don't already. JB Bickerstaff does win Coach of the Year, and this guy, once again, Executive of the Year. Gross. Do we see any Baby Warriors making their first appearance? I'm not seeing them yet. Not seeing anybody, and I don't believe we drafted anybody. So all in all, disappointing on the award screen, but we are the #1 team in the West. Can you believe it? The Baby Warriors. We're 2nd in the power rankings. I'd love to see it. Jordan Poole playing, I mean, lights out. All of the Baby Warriors got up to 80 overalls, minus Patrick Baldwin. You love to see that. We are just balling out. We are having one heck of a season. Play stats wise, who led us in scoring? It is Jonathan Kuminga. Step up, young fella. Jordan Poole, 19 points and 7 assists right behind him. Jordan Poole's been great. Jonathan Kuminga's been great. James Wiseman, we give him a little bit of help. Hopefully that puts him over the top. LeBron James Jr. here is doing pretty good. Moses Moody, Patrick Baldwin. All in all, I like the team. 3-point shooting, how did we do? 38% for Jordan Poole. A little bit down. LeBron James, only 35%. That happens. Jonathan Kuminga, 46%. Okay. Moses Moody shot almost 50% from the 3-point line. That's the step up that I was looking for. James Wiseman, good year, 37%. Patrick Baldwin, honestly, really bad, 31%. Dante DiVincenzo, 31% as well. John Wall, Kevin Love. I mean, yeah, interesting team to say the least. Scoring-wise, we are 9th. Defensively, we are 2nd best, giving us a 7.3-point differential. We're 2nd in the NBA. The Cavaliers are gods. I mean, yeah. Darius Garland puts up 35 a game with Donovan Mitchell on the team. That's just unreal. Field goal percentages, we are 13th. 3-point percentages, we are 16th. Free throw percentages, we are even worse. And there's literally nothing I can do about that. 25th in the NBA. Let's look at the league leaders. It is this screen. Boop. Scoring champion went to Darius Garland. I know. Rebounds is Luka Doncic, and assists is LaMelo Ball. Steals is Deontay Murray. Blocks is Robert Williams. And field goal percentages is Zion Williamson. 3-point champion Moses Moody. Let's go. I was counting him out. And free throw champion is Emmanuel Quickly. I'm hyped about that. I thought Moses Moody was going to be complete bust material. But taking on the Utah Jazz, they have Markelle Fultz, Ochai Agbaji, TJ Warren, Andre Drummond. Yeah, in 5 years, Jazz, I hope this isn't your team. No offense to those respective players, but we should be dominating them. And the baby Warriors should be advancing at least to the second round yet again, 3-1. And 4-1 now to take another young team on. The Oklahoma City Thunder, Josh Gadame, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Danny Avdija, Jeremy Grant, Chet Holmgren. They're certainly formidable. I think we might be on their level. I know Shai's a 90 overall, but we have LeBron James on our team. Okay. And we're up 3-2. And we do advance, taking on the Memphis John Morants. Desmond Bain, Dylan Brooks, Jaren Jackson Jr. Okay. Lose game 1. Jonathan Kuminga put up 26, 8, and 7. I love his progression. John Morant, though. 38, 5, and 16. Who are you, sir? Their center, Tony Yilmar, put up 22 and 5. This might be where we get stopped, but we win game 2, win game 3, and it is 2-2. And we go up 3-2. Jonathan Kuminga, 30 and 10. Patrick Baldwin, 24 points off the bench in 25 minutes. Vince Wilcox, also known as LeBron James. Jordan Poole was good. And we advance. Jonathan Kuminga wins the Western Conference Finals MVP, averages 24 and 8 on 58 from the field, 47% from the three-point line, and we are taking on the Cavs. Yeah, this isn't going to be fair. We're going to lose, right? We win game 1. Okay. Really balanced effort from our team. Kevin Love got 1 minute. You love to see that. I don't expect us to win game 2, but we don't. Donovan Mitchell, 39 and 7. Darius Garland, 27 and 16. Moses Moody was our highest scorer. Yeah, we did not come to play here in game 2. Game 3, we lose. Game 4, we lose. And here we go, 4-1. That's all she wrote. We're not as good as the Cleveland Cavaliers, but we made it to the finals. We are like the baby Thunder, now the baby Warriors. I think I think this is our year. Everybody's starting to hit their peak, starting to hit their prime. Our team just needs like one move to go over the top and we're going to win. Russell Westbrook going to the Hall of Fame, getting his jersey retired as well. League meetings, are any of these fun? Doesn't look very fun. Boop. Draft lottery, we don't have any picks, right? We traded for the Bulls, I think. Ooh, it might end up number 9 overall. That'd be fun. And it goes Spurs, Lakers, Hawks. We end up at 10. We just always drop one spot. That's unfortunate. Mike Stauffer, are you going to be the one that puts us over the top? That is my only question. Or do I need to go out and get Doc Rivers? I can't say that with a straight face. Ty Lue would be great, but he's underrated in this game. We'll keep Mike Stauffer for now. On to the draft. The fastest man of the class is Tommy Felder and Bradford Cunningham and Jamal Griffin with 2 A's. Most agile is Tommy Felder and Wade Bowman. Highest vertical is Bradford Cunningham and Calvert Rhodes. Highest bench press, Dylan Frazier, Wallace Wade, and best shot three-pointer, Wade Bowman and Manny Cruz. I looked at the class. The number 1 player in the class seems to be pretty good, but not God tier. He's got all NBA potential. He's an 83 overall, 20 years old, but his potential is like, what, A-, B+. Not ideal. The rest of the class didn't look all that good to me either. I don't know. We'll try to take this guy, Kenny Ware. Where are you? See what I did there. Got forward this guy going number 30 overall. He's okay. 73 overall guard, all-star potential. We'll be taking Kenny Ware with the number, 11 overall pick. That's fine. Like they said, the number 1 player, good overall, good age, not great potential. The rest of the class is not all that interesting to report upon. Gonna sign you. Team player options. Tony Blair does need to come back. You are a backup center of the future. Patrick Baldwin does need to come back. And of course, LeBron James Jr. needs to come back as well. Qualifying offers, Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody are going to need contracts. Unfortunately, Lindy Waters, not you. On to moratorium. We're going to have to wait till day 2. Hopefully, Jonathan Kuminga doesn't get any offers. Boom. And boom, here we go. So, Moses Moody getting $20 million. Kind of a lot, but he's developed really well. Jonathan Kuminga, I mean, he's turned himself into a beast. So he certainly is going to earn every penny. Going to make sure we can bring both of them back. And then we look at our money situation. People are starting to earn a little bit more money. They're starting to not be the baby Warriors anymore. Jordan Poole, 26 years old. Moses Moody, 23. Wow, that's it. Okay. Vin Wilcox, let's bump up Dante DiVincenzo to play the 3. Something like this. We need Jonathan Kuminga to get a backup. No, Patrick Baldwin is fine. Center is fine. So let's just go get a backup point guard with all of our money, which is not a lot. Jose Alvarado, I'm in. Defensive shutdown specialist. Yeah, why not? 2 years. Jose Alvarado. I think you're restricted, so I don't even know if you're gonna get matched. Boy. And there we go. 1 year of Peyton Pritchard being our backup point guard. That is going to be the team. Onto player progression. This is it, baby. How good are our players going to get? Jordan Poole up to an 87. This looks like it's going to be as good as his potential is going to be. Jonathan Kuminga, very similar, 86. LeBron James Jr. just continuing to get better. Moses Moody up to an 81. James Wiseman up to an 80, even with the overall boost. So a little bit disappointing there. Same thing as Patrick Baldwin Jr. I got to say, I'm not sure if this team can win a championship as presently constructed, and that's with picking up that number 2 overall pick, Vin Wilcox. But I still have some belief in this team. At least we'll be able to make it back to the finals, right? Baby Warriors are predicted to be, oh boy, 22nd. Once again, the power rankings, 22nd for Eric Boner as well. Darius Garland wins another MVP, 33-13. Thomas Simon is rookie of the year for the Spurs. Okay, looks pretty good. Kevin Porter Jr. is 6th man of the year on the Hornets. Honest defense play, their most improved is Kyra Lewis Jr. on the Brooklyn Nets. And Mike Stauffer, our boy, is coach of the year. As look at that, Mark Jackson gets revenge on the original Warrior squad as executive of the year. All-NBA first team, Vin Wilcox. LeBron James Jr. does make the All-NBA first team. And has he tainted how good these teams are? Maybe. But on the other hand, we still put together a really good team, and Jordan Poole is still our highest overall player. Jonathan Kuminga up to an 88 overall. Moses Moody up to an 83. James Wiseman up to an 82. I think the Baby Warriors, in spite of LeBron James Jr., is still a very good team. As you can see, number 1 in the Western Conference. Best team in the NBA, 59-23. Are we better? Are we better than the Cavs? We are by 3 games. Incredible, because they lost Donovan Mitchell. Sucks to suck. Maybe this is the year that the Baby Warriors win a championship. Let's look at our player stats. Led in scoring by LeBron James Jr. just 0.3 points ahead of Jonathan Kuminga, who had himself a season on his own, 22-7. Jordan Poole, 17-7, I'll say. James Wiseman, 15-8. Very good for him. Moses Moody, very good. Patrick Baldwin took a little bit of a step back, which is weird because this is as high as his overall has ever been. I guess because I didn't force feed him minutes. That's fair. I just let the CPU handle the rotations. 3-point percentages, 43% for Vin Wilcox, 45% for Jonathan Kuminga, Jordan Poole 45, Moses Moody 43, James Wiseman 35, Dante DiVincenzo 40. Yeah, really good year from us. Scoring champion went to Darius Garland. Rebounds is Chet Holmgren, and assist is Darius Garland. Steals is Deontay Murray. Blocks is Chet Holmgren. And footer percentages is Zion Williamson. 3-point champion is Herb Wood. Okay, free throw champion is Emmanuel Quickly. How did we do in the team stats department? Scoring-wise, we were 4th. Defensively, we were the best team in the NBA, giving us a 12.3-point differential, though number 1 in the NBA. Field goal percentages, we are 4th. 3-point percentages, we are 1st. Free throw percentages, we are, could be better. Really, could be a lot better. But we don't have training camps. 26th. A look at that, the Baby Warriors once again taking on the 8-seeded Utah Jazz, and they did nothing to change their team. I mean, technically we did nothing either, but we're just letting our boys get older, get better, continue to develop, continue to turn into beasts as they are 2-0 and 3-0 and 3-1 and 4-1 now to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. D'Angelo Russell, lower overall than Jordan Poole. Moses Moody, Anthony Edwards. LeBron James or Jaden McDaniels. Karl Anthony Towns or Jonathan Kuminga. James Wiseman or Rudy Gobert. Very serviceable as well. You love to see it as we win game 1, lose game 2, win game 3. How are we doing? Anthony Edwards, not a good offensive output from them. Vin Wilcox, 23-9-6. James Wiseman, 20-10. Moses Moody, 15-3. Jordan Poole took a little bit of a step back, 13-6. Jonathan Kuminga, 13-10. But we would walk away with the win as it's 2-2, and we're down 3-2. Brutal. Jordan Poole, 27-6. Vin Wilcox, 23-6. Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman, Anthony Edwards. Yeah, there's no guarantees that this team is going to win a championship. I feel like if this year, this is the year because the Cleveland Cavaliers suck finally, so the NBA landscape is balanced, but we're losing in the second round to the Timberwolves. Pretty brutal if you ask me. Yep, 119-142 as Anthony Edwards goes on for 33-10. D'Lo, 25-10. Karl Towns, 22-13. Karis LeVert, 16-10. We just didn't perform. Vin Wilcox was okay. Moses Moody was bad. Jordan Poole was Jonathan Kuminga. James Wiseman has been the biggest disappointment so far, I'll say, of this entire video. He's 25. So what I'm thinking is we give him one more year. I'm not going to change anything. Not going to make any big moves, any big updates. I'm just going to say, all right, one more year of everything under their belt, and maybe we'll trade away Vin Wilcox and see if anything changes for the team. Darius Garland wins his third MVP in a row, 34 and 14 and a half. Young Long Lee Yi is Rookie of the Year. Okay, Alperen Şengün, 6th Man of the Year on the Suns. Evan Mobley, Defensive Player of the Year. Tyson Parker, Most Improved. Steve Kerr, our boy, is Coach of the Year. And Alex Ford wins Executive of the Year. On NBA first team, do you see any baby Warriors? I'm not seeing any baby Warriors anywhere. Disrespectful if you're asking me, but we did okay. Second seed in the conference. Somehow the Jazz are the best team in the NBA after they've been the 8th seed 2 years in a row. So one thing that I did do just to not skew the results is I got rid of Vin Wilcox. I didn't even trade him. I just nerfed him into a nothing and then declined his player option. So he's sitting as a 40 overall somewhere, no longer LeBron James Jr. That means Jonathan Kuminga's usage went up. 25 points per game, 8 rebounds, 51 from the field, 41% for the three-point line. You love to see that up to an 89 overall. Jordan Poole's usage went up. 20 points per game, 6.5 assists as well for him. James Wiseman, I'm sorry. Not great. I gotta say it. Be completely honest, everything about him has been a slight disappointment just because he's taken with the number 2 overall pick. You expect something a little better than 18 and 8. You know what I mean? Moses Moody has been very good, a revelation for us. Patrick Baldwin Jr. up to 14 points a game. You love to see that. Dante DiVincenzo is still on the team, if you can imagine that. The guy that I signed with all the money is Trey Murphy. I feel like he's perfectly adequate. He's an okay player. 79 overall, 32% from the three-point line. He's not going to demand the ball. He's going to play okay defense. He's just good enough to help keep the team afloat while not overpowering it in one way or the other. Three-point shooting, Jonathan Kuminga, 41. Jordan Poole, 43. Moses Moody, 42. James Wiseman, 34. Patrick Baldwin Jr., 38. Dante DiVincenzo, 35. And Trey Murphy, 32. A little lower than I'd like. As for our team stats, we were 4th offensively. We were 4th defensively, giving us a 7.9 point differential, number 2 in the NBA to the Jazz. Who is good on the Jazz? What is this? What, because Clint Capella and Christian Wood are coming off the bench? What a weird number 1 overall team. Field goal percentages, we are 16th. 3-point percentages, we are 18th. And free throw percentages, we are 19th. Not bad, not bad. League leader, scoring champion went to Anthony Edwards. Our rebounds is Ian Weber, and assist is Darius Garland. Steals is Ben Simmons. Blocks, the channel home free throw percentages is Jalen Duren. 3-point champion, Ochai Agbaji. Free throw champion, Kyrie Irving. Somehow Jordan Poole isn't on this list, even though he's the best free throw shooter last season. Not sure what to say about that, but here we are, the number 2 seed, taking on the Nuggets. We almost took away Michael Porter Jr. from them, honestly. They brought in Chris Middleton, Donovan Mitchell. How did you afford that? Donovan Mitchell got a supermax. Jamal Murray is on his supermax. Nikola Jokic somehow is going to earn $0 in 2028. Michael Porter Jr., $2 million. Chris Middleton, $7 million. Yeah, okay. Okay, game. Listen, if you want to beat the baby Warriors with this ridiculous, cheesy, fake squad, be my guest. But they are up 3-1 and 3-2. And I'll force this through if I have to. I will hop in. I will say Jordan Poole is going to shut down Jamal Murray. We are blowing them out here in Game 6. Need this force at Game 7. They're coming back in the 3rd quarter. Come back in the 4th. This might be a close game. Are we going to have to hop in? We just might. 6-point game, 9-point game, 12-point game. And it looks like we are going to extend the lead just enough to force a Game 7 back here in San Francisco. No longer Golden State. We are the baby Warriors. Game 7, it's going out to a little bit of lead here in the 3rd quarter. We are just dominating them. Dropped a 43-piece in the 4th quarter. Try to blow it away in the 4th, but we walk away with that Game 7 victory. Taking on the San Antonio Spurs, Javon Fleming. Okay, number 1 overall pick in 2023. Looks to be pretty good. Chris Duarte, Elton Johnson, Jonathan Isaac, Thomas Simon. 2 number 1 overall picks on their roster. That's pretty good. They win Game 1. We win Game 2. Jonathan Kuminga, 41 and 13. Go, Johnny boy. Yeah, Jonathan Kuminga has been a revelation for us. Up 2-1, up 3-1, and 3-2, and hey, it ain't 2K if it ain't Game 7. Back in the Bay. Jordan Poole, Jonathan Kuminga, bring this home for us, and let's advance to the Western Conference Finals. 20-point lead here in the 4th quarter, and that is all she wrote. 134-104. Jonathan Kuminga, another 40-point game. He has been insane. Jordan Poole's somehow taking a step back. Yeah, I really like what the team is doing. We're taking on the Sacramento Kings. Marcus Smart, Kendall Brown, Tyson Parker, Keegan Murray, DeMontis Sabonis, Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle. Interesting team. We are probably better, but I say that we lose Game 1. Jonathan Kuminga only puts up 16 and 8. Kendall Brown drops 35 points on us. My friend, you could not score at all in Baylor, and now you're dropping 30 points a game, 20 points in the playoffs. What is that? What is that even? Game 2, we do, in fact, win. Jonathan Kuminga has another incredible game, 39-12. Game 3, up 2-1, tied 2-2, and we go down 3-2. Jonathan Kuminga, 27-12. Jordan Poole, 18-10. James Wiseman, 21. But Keegan Murray and Tony Parker. No, Tyson Parker. Yeah, well, here we are. Game 6 in Sacramento. Need this to force a Game 7 back and forth game here in the fourth quarter. They are taking a little bit of lead now. We do back and forth here going into the fourth quarter. Really close game. If we get a little bit of lead, I'll hop in with the Baby Warriors, but it looks like we're going to be losing this game. 2-point game, 1-point game, 2-point game. Grab a lead and I'll hop in. Grab a lead, 4-point game. Oh, it's so close. It's tied up. And we have a 1-point lead here. 1 minute, 33 seconds left. Let's try to force a Game 7 here in Sacramento. And Trey Murphy is shooting the ball. 2-point lead. 1 minute left. I am going to sit here on Domantas Sabonis playing the power forward position. I'm going to let this game play itself. Keegan Murray ISOing up on Jonathan Kuminga. Our best player gets the defensive stop. And let's run it. Jordan Poole is gassed, but Jonathan Kuminga has energy. He has size. Jordan Poole is open. Pump fake and lay it up with the jump hook. Taking a 4-point lead. 118-114. We need to force this Game 7. We need to make it. Sometimes 2K is what 2K does, and that means ISOing up off the elbow on our best player. And Keegan Murray gets his own rebound. And Kendall Brown is shooting. Mitchell Robinson rebounding and boom, posterizing our boy. Poor Jonathan Kuminga. I'm sorry, sir. Jordan Poole has dreadfully low stamina right now, so we're going to be rocking the Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman screen and roll. This is the future of the Golden State Warriors. Do they have what it takes? Jonathan Kuminga flying high. Keegan Murray gets lost on defense, going out to a 4-point lead. Play some defense, lock up. The 2-for-1 is complete. Kendall Brown, I don't know what he's doing. Mitchell Robinson can handle the ball as much as he wants. They are just taking time off the clock. They're probably going to try to ISO up on Keegan Murray again. Jonathan Kuminga, Keegan Murray, who you got? I'm taking our guy. And wow, Kendall Brown just gets wide open. Oh boy, who's our best free throw shooter? I think it's Jordan Poole. We're going to be sitting right here. Domantas Sabonis can do as much as he wants. Dribble the ball, please. Marcus Smart can do as much as he wants. Kendall Brown, you going to take that contested shot? Be my guest. Mitchell Robinson gets the rebound. Mitchell Robinson kicks it out. Marcus Smart open for 3, and that is game right there. That's game. 1.6 seconds left. We forced a Game 7 with a Baby Thunder, winning 123-120. Winning on enemy court, taking this back to the Bay. Let's see if the Baby Warriors can win a championship after all. Game 7 in Sacramento, losing in the first quarter. Oof. Trying to come back in the second quarter, trying to come back in the third, take a little bit of a lead here going into the fourth quarter, about a 10-point lead. I'm never comfortable with leads in 2K. No lead is safe in the NBA, but we win 115 to, I think, 130. Jonathan Kuminga, Western Conference Finals MVP. And here you are, Pacers, Warriors, Tyrese Halliburton, Isaac Okoro, Ben Mathurin, Nikola Vucevic, Irving Whitney. Okay, taking on the Baby Warriors, and we might have this one in the bag. Lose game 1. James Wiseman had a good game, 26-11. Jonathan Kuminga didn't show up. Jordan Poole didn't show up. Ben Mathurin was good for them. Tyrese Halliburton. They just had a really balanced game here. And we're down 2-0. 2-1. We're down 3-1. Tyrese Halliburton putting up 44 and 7. Not a lot you can do about that. Well, here we are. Baby Warriors might go out sputtering, but they made it to 2 NBA finals. So at the very least, you can call that a victory. I'm pretty content with saying, you know what, even though this team isn't good enough to win a championship, they're good enough to be a competitive NBA team, which is saying a lot for a bunch of bench warmers, if you really think about it. As we do, in fact, win Game 5, here Game 6 in Indiana. If you force this, you can force a Game 7, but they have a back-and-forth game. All in all, though, I'm pretty content, especially after we traded away LeBron James Jr. The team still is playing pretty well, and you got to give them credit for that at the very least. Here we are in the fourth quarter. I'm ready to hop in and clutch something out if we have to. 3 minutes left, 4-point game, 3-point game, 4-point game. I don't want to play too much. 4-point game, 3-point game, 1-point game. We'll hop in here. 1 minute, 30 seconds left. And there we go. Steal off the inbound immediately. Jordan Poole. What are you going to do? You're going to go around everybody and get a contested foul. Let's go. Jonathan Kuminga forcing the issue and missing. Ooh, that looked like it was close. And if not, we could have got the offensive rebound. But James Wiseman, once again, coming up a little bit soft in the rebounding department. It's like Moses Moody is going to try to guard Tyrese Halliburton. And all I can say is good luck as he pulls up from mid. And the rebound goes to James Wiseman. All right, let's drain this clock. Tick, 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 tick. Let's do what we do best. That is the 1-5 screen and roll. James Wiseman, can he be clutch for us? Can he be legendary? We need you to just throw it down. 5-point game, 23 seconds left, and we may be forcing a game 7 here. All I got to say right now, though, is no threes. No threes. No threes. Tyrese Halliburton, 4-3, and he makes it. That is brutal, my friend. 2 for 2. Jordan Poole hitting his free throws, and we have no timeouts left. Just make sure no threes allowed. We go to the school of no threes. We go to the school of offensive rebounds, and that is another rebound, and I think that is going to be game here. I'm hopping into Simcast, and we do walk away with the victory, 130 to 122. And hey, it ain't 2K if it ain't game 7. Baby Thunder, no, Baby Warriors taking on the Indiana Pacers. And look, maybe we can pull this out. Maybe there is still hope yet. Back in the Bay, really close first quarter, going into the second quarter. They have a big lead, and they are blowing us out. Absolutely, tremendously, horribly blowing us out in game 7. Well, you know, that happened. Oh man, I don't know what happened. My Xbox crashed, but that means we have to re-simulate this last game. Let's see if the Baby Warriors have what it takes. Round 2 for game 7. They're losing again. They're losing. Going into the fourth quarter. Still losing. Yeah, this Baby Thunder team, or Baby Warriors, I keep mixing it up. Just quite isn't good enough to win a championship on their own, but they're certainly good enough to make it to the finals and come close. But the Pacers, with Tyrese Halliburton going to win the championship. And look, this team is pretty good. Let's say James Wiseman bumps his potential up to like an 86, 87. That means you got 3 almost 90s now on the team. Jordan Poole, Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman. You got a great role player in Moses Moody. You got Patrick Baldwin Jr. off the bench. All in all, I'm really impressed with what the Warriors are doing. So yes, they come up a little bit short in the championship departments, but they are a very good team building a very good system. And that's not to talk about Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green and all those boys who are already there. But that's going to do it for me. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.